Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so excited that you're able to be here. Welcome to day 4 of our initial fast that we're having. We're on a 21-day journey, and we want to welcome you to come on into this 21-day journey with us. It's been so great. It's been so good how God has been coming in and He has been intervening for us, and I'm super excited about it, and I'm so happy for you to join us. If you want to join us and come and join the fast, you're more than welcome to come and join the fast. It's called the Intentional Fast, and it started February 8th to 28th, and it's a 21-day intentional fast. We're going to do everything intentional, and the link will be in your comment area where you can go and you can register to receive daily emails with the devotional videos, and also you can also get the actual devotional, the journal. If you're interested in, it's available. There's a fasting guide and journal where you'll be able to get frequently asked questions, how to fast, what to do daily, video devotion, which this is one of them, prayer journal prompts, prayer list, Bible reading plan, and more. So I am actually, as we go on this fast, I'm actually sending out either daily or every other day some new journal questions, new journal things that go inside your planner as you go. So if you are interested, go ahead and come and join us, and we will let you know what must you do after that. We would love to have you. So I want to welcome you on day 4. We made it, and God is doing something great and new on all of this. As I read and took out my journal, my fasting journal and guide, and we are on day 4, and we look at the biblical scriptures that comes with it. And we also get like little journal planners that goes inside of your journal. And so in this, we are on our scriptures, and our scriptures for day 4 is Hebrews 11, chapter 11, verses 1 through 8. Our main key verse will be Hebrews 11 and 1. God is so good, and I'm so happy that you are here. So I'm gonna read Hebrews 11 and 1. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. For it by the elders obtained a good report. A good report. Through the faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear." I've just read actually verses 1 through 3. And so I want you to understand, and I want you to write this in your comment section, that faith, you have to have faith moves. Faith moves. And so we're learning about faith. This is for the next 3 days, which is today and 2 more days. We're going to be going by faith. And so we just came from off of day 1, 2, and 3 of actually going into even more about the mind. So if you missed those devotionals, go back and watch the playlist of devotional for day 1, 2, and 3 about the mind, the battlefield of the mind, how God is talking to us, and how we need to be even day 2 of having a sober mind, and what does it mean mentally, physically, and spiritually of having a sober mind. And I'm like, God is so good. And so on day 3, we talked about having a mind to work. And so you have to have a mind to work. So God is having us today about the faith. And so we know that faith, and biblically, faith definition is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And so for that to be said, that means that you have to have belief. I mean, you believe that you are going to wake up today. You believe that you are going to see your children, your family. You believe that when you got in that car and turn the key, that it was going to start up. You believe that you are going to go into that job, and you are going to have a job job to go to. You believe that when you open up your refrigerator, that there were food in that refrigerator. You believe that you will wake up in your right mind in Jesus Christ's name. I need you to understand faith. You already believe. Some of us, we all do it. We make already plans for tomorrow. We already made plans for our vacation. We already made plans for when we're going shopping. We already made plans when we're gonna go get cappuccino, our hair and nails done. We already made plans because you know why? You don't understand. When you making plans, you making faith moves. Come on now. Somebody said I'm making faith moves. So when you are already making these plans, you're making faith move because you already believe in your heart that these things are going to happen because I planned it out, because I already said that I'm going to do it. So the faith, when you look up faith, define faith on Google or the dictionary, it says a strong belief in God or the doctrine of the religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof, meaning that I don't have to have proof of what I'm going to do. You know that you have faith that your paycheck is going to be in your checking account every 2 weeks or every week, or some of you waiting for the end of the month, that you're going to have that have that money in order for you to do the things that you need to do. You having faith. So this faith right here we're talking about, that there's things that you must do to obtain your faith. There's things that you must do. You have to believe. You have to believe even when it's not here. Even though when you can't physically see it, you can't physically use your senses on it physically, but you can use your spiritual senses and believe that you know that you are healed. You believe, as you say your affirmations, as you say it, you believe that, listen, I am the head and not the tail. I am the lender and not the borrower. Even though you know that your checking account may be $10, but I am the lender and not the borrower. If I got to give my $5, whatever it is, my last bid, I still will be the lender and not the borrower, because I trust in God. Having faith is trusting in God, what you are believing in, and you are believing in God. So what are the things that you have to do? Is that you must have faith in God. You must believe that He exists. You must believe that He is God. You must believe that He is the creator of all, that He is the one that made the sun, the moon, the stars. Even when we weren't here to see it, we know that He made it because His word says it. And that too, you have to believe in His doctrine. His doctrine is His word. Is His word. That means His word that He said. If the beginning of the word said, if you believe in His word and you read His word, and it said, in the beginning God created heavens and the earth, and the earth without form and void, and the darkness was upon the face and deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. That God opened up His mouth, even though I was not there, even though I was not physically there, but I believe because this is His word. This is His word. So what you got to do is, as we said, faith must have faith in God. Two, must believe that He exists. And three, must believe He will answer us. You must believe that He will provide for us. You must believe that your faith, your prayers and petition has gone up to heaven, and that He is going to provide a way out, a way in, an open door, new keys. You must believe. You have to have faith. Faith makes moves. In order for you to make your prayers go up, you have to believe what you are praying for already. Somebody said, I believe what I prayed for already. So when you are writing out your petitions, when you are praying to God, we are praying and fasting. So whatever you're doing, that you believe that God sees it, hears it, and He's going to respond to it. I need somebody to write that down. God sees it, God hears it, and He's going to respond to it. He's going to take action because of your faith. You have to believe it. Now, if you're going around saying that I don't believe in it. I'm like, well, if it's the Lord's will. No, it is the Lord's will. You know why it's the Lord's will? He wants you to prosper. He wants you to go higher. He wants you to move, make moves. He don't want you staying in that box, in that one little location, that one city, because your mama grew up there, your daddy grew up there, your whole family in that place. You got to be like Abraham. Come on now, as you read in the scriptures, you know about Abraham. Abraham, if you think about anybody in the Bible, out of the one of the prophets and one of the disciples that God has used, I'm just saying, out of all of them, who had the greatest faith? The greatest faith was Abraham. He was the father of faith. That's as they called him. And he believed when God came to him and told him to come out of his kinfolks. You can read that, read it. Come out of your kinfolks. I need you to leave there and go to a place where I will show you. Now, God didn't show him it right away, but he said, you go. And then once you go and get there, I will give you their inheritance. From there, his inheritance is what that I was increasing. I was increasing. Inheritance is me and you, that we'll be sons and daughters, and that he couldn't even number the sons and daughters. He couldn't even number the stars. He said, as many as these stars that you can number right here, as many as the sand that's close to the water, that if you can number that, that's this, I'm telling you how many that I'm going to give you. Because he believed, he got up, packed up his family, and he went to a place that he didn't even know where he was going. He just got up and started walking. And God is telling some of you to get up and walk. Get up and make moves. Your faith make moves. God has given you a vision and you're sitting on it. And that's why it has not grown. That's why it has not come to fruition. That's why you're seeing people bypass you, because you have not made moves. You don't believe in what God said. Well, I heard God said this. I heard him told me to write this book. I heard him to write the vision and make it plain. I heard him, but then you didn't believe in it. So your belief did not make moves. It didn't make moves. Your faith has to make moves, the Lord said. Abraham had to get up. He had to believe. He believed what God said about him. Not only did he believe, he got up and made moves about it. He got up and listened to the instructions that God has given unto him. Let me tell you something. Abraham was called to go out, to go into a place. And God is calling you to go out and come into a place where he show you. He's not going to show you everything. It's like puzzle pieces. And so you know how the puzzles, like I did a puzzle for Christmas. Me and my family, if there are across everywhere, I have family in Florida, I have family in South Carolina, I have family in different places. But we came together on Facebook, Zoom, and we said, we're going to do a puzzle, a Christmas puzzle together. And you had to put these puzzles together. And I've never done 1,000-piece puzzle. And that took a lot, but I done it. But those puzzles had to fit into the pieces. And God is saying that I may show you a little piece of the puzzle. See, I couldn't see the whole picture of the puzzle that I was doing. I had to go by what piece matched with what. And so God is going to show you bits and pieces of the puzzle, but you have to make faith moves in order for him to give you another puzzle piece, in order for him to enlarge the picture that he's trying to do in your life. You have to make faith move. You have to make faith move. It's time for you to make faith moves in it. Just like Noah had to make faith move when God spoke to him and said that it's going to rain, and I need you to build this ark. I need you to build this big boat and upon this hill. And everybody was doubting him. Everybody was talking about him. Everybody was making fun of him, that it haven't rained all this time. And then you talk about a God that's telling you it's going to rain. We don't believe it. But he kept going. And because by faith, he believed what God said. Before by faith, he made move. From there, when he did it, he did the move and he was prepared. He made legacy with his family. He took his family in. Don't you know his family was the next ear? After all that, when it rained, they were the only family that was able to regenerate the earth afterwards. I need you to understand, it took faith to do it. God warned him. He took it and he built the ark, and he moved. He moved with fear. and prepared. Sometimes you got to move with fear, not saying that you fear a man, but you gave the reverence of fearing God. You gave a reverence of him, that you let him know that I'm going to do it regardless of what's being said and what's being done in Jesus Christ's name. It is time for you to make faith moves. Believe and have confidence that the promises of God is going to sustain. He's going to sustain his promises, and he hears your cries. He hears your petitions unto the Lord, even when you don't see it. Even when you don't see it, when your doctor come and tell you that you have cancer, or you have high blood pressure, or you have to be on high cholesterol, and you have to be on this pill for the rest of your life. I remember when the doctor told my husband that you have high cholesterol and that you were going to have to take this pill, but once I assign this pill to you, you're going to have to take it for the rest of your life. I said, give me 3 months. Give me 3 months. I will change the diet. I will change what we eat. I will change it, and he will not be taking no pill for the rest of his life. When that time came, I changed it. I went from ground beef to turkey ground. And I'm telling you, I've changed some things in the household where I can't. When I taste ground beef, I'm like, oh, it's too much, because I was able to learn how to adapt with the ground turkey and be able to season it. And now when I make my baked ziti with my ground turkey, everybody like, oh my goodness, because I was able to do it, because I prepared it. I allowed God to speak to me about it. So when God was speaking to me about my husband, I was like, okay, we're going to change some things around. So when he went back to the doctor and they took another blood test, they said, how did you do that? Because normally it takes some people don't never be able to come off the pill. Some people never shift like that. I say it's because we have faith in what God said about our life. Our body is subject to the Lord, and it's our temple. So we have faith that God had done it for my husband, and he did. And I'm super excited about that. I said, but I want to tell you that the faith acronym is meaning faithful, meaning that you have to be faithful in what you do. 2, available. A is for available. I is for initiative, meaning resourceful, being resourceful, ability to assist. That means you have resource. Teachable, T for teachable, and H for the heart for God and others. I'm gonna write it down in the because I know I messed up that word. When I'm gonna write for those who have enrolled in the email, I will write it down in the email devotional for you. And so just get ready for what God is doing. Remember, faith make moves. You have to make moves. And I pray that you make these moves with God. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and get ready for day number 5 that's coming up tomorrow. So have a wonderful, blessed day. And if you would like to join us on our 21-day fast, we are actually on day number 4. Go right ahead and join us. The information is in your comment section, and I will just put it up on the screen one more time for you. If you are ready to join us, you feel free to come and join us. And there's the link right there. And there's also will be in your comment section that you can join us all the way from February the 8th to the 28th of 2023. Have a wonderful, blessed day.